Ladies and gentlemen, I am Inferno, and you're here with me in a beautiful sunny day in Sydney, Australia, casting for the America Winter Championship of 2016. With me today is Puffin and Zenstyle. It is a best of 5 conquest. We're just going to jump right into here. It is the final game at the moment, both players tied up 2-2. And it looks to be like we've got a tempo mage for Zenstyle based on the mana worms and the arcane blast and missiles, and Puffin seems to be running an oil rogue at the top with the desired oil card, I'm sure, coming at some point soon, or so he should hope, the Tinker Oil. Mana worm going down here on the side of Zenstyle, so both players managing to get up to this winner bracket finals. The winner does move on to the grand final. A little bit of a greeting there. Not sure whether that's in good faith or not. And now Sorcerer's Apprentice being drawn here for Zenstyle. Puffin, he's been doing really well as late. Just recently won the Innkeeper's Showdown tournament, managing to edge out Ostkaka from Na'vi, who was the winner of BlizzCon 2015. He managed to narrowly beat out Hot Form from Root Gaming. But now we've got Zenstyle here. Looks like he's in quite a good position actually. And preparation, looks like he wants to get some kind of board control, so Eviscerate and then Agent S17 coming down as well. Really wanting to manage that board control for it. So, looks like he wants the Mana Worm. Arcane Blast. He's going to have to hope against hope that at least one of these arcane missiles manages to get it, and does manage to get it. So Zenstyle, he used to be a dominant force within Hearthstone. About a year ago or so, he was doing phenomenally well, probably because of the Patron deck that he was so fondly using. But for about a year or so, he hasn't had a high finish. So this is a little bit make or break for him. Really does need to move up into the grand final. Both players are actually teamless at the moment, so Zenstyle and Puffin don't have a team. So if they get into the grand final, that's a good way to show some sponsors that they're a big deal and that they're worth sponsoring as well, putting on a team. So Puffin, going for board control, really wants to make sure that the mage doesn't have anything to combo off, and that's such a core element of a tempo mage, is that you really just want to be maintaining tempo and comboing off things. So you really rely on like Flame Walkers and on Mad Scientists, of which he hasn't actually drawn any. So it's always quite disappointing to have to try and play a secret from his hand. Mirror Entity does pop the Sludge Belcher, so in a much better position now. Ooh, pretty good draw for him here. Can't play it straight away, and will most likely want to hold on to that the coin so that he can pop it for a fireball as well. So Puffin really wants to get rid of this. He's playing an oil rogue, so I mean there's different variants of it as well. Some people still run the Violet Teachers as a core staple for it, whereas others tend to go for more of a combo. Seen a little bit of a resurgence actually with Miracle Rogue recently, which has been interesting. Back when the Auctioneer used to be, Gadget Stand Auctioneer used to be 5 mana, it's far more widely used. But now with Tomb Pillager, the 5/4 Death Rattle that gives a coin, a lot more people have been running it, a lot more in the ladder. So getting up a weapon in a quite a decent position actually, and this Lothar is going to cause all kinds of pain for Zenstyle should he choose to throw it down, because now can't just throw down Archmage Antonidas and then the coin straight after, so a little bit of an awkward turn for him now. And the Azure Drake doesn't really do what he wants it to do. Might throw that down for some cycle. Not too sure. I guess like maybe cycling if he's got a Flame Strike. Some tempo mages will run just the one. And that's definitely not something that he wants. You just don't want the secrets in your hand. And Counterspell, interesting. So, some tempo mages will go. You almost always have the 2 mirror entities, and then possibly like one mirror effigy or one counter spell as well, just to throw your opponent off, especially when you're in this tournament kind of setting. It's less about the ladder decks and kind of mixing up what people expect as well, because I mean at this higher level of play that there are a lot of mind games that go into it. But Puffin looking like he's in a very good position, managing to draw a lot. He hasn't been pressured nearly enough by Zenstyle, and this is likely to be a large problem for him. Just hasn't been able to drop the rogue low enough, and so Puffin's just been able to draw cards and kind of sit back, rest on his laurels for it. Looks like he's going to go for some cycle here, drawing 2 cards. It's nothing that he really wants, and looks like he's wondering what to do. The KT's nice, but as we can see from Puffin's hand, he's got the sap. It's been a really good contest between these two players. So Puffin actually went 2-0 up at the beginning with Freeze Mage and Zoo Warlock, but hasn't managed to close it out just yet. This is a best of 5 conquest, so with conquest you do have to win with every single one of your decks, and he beat the Malagos Warlock in the mid-range short of Zenstyle. But then this Tempo Mage has just been doing work for him. But looks as if this may be the last time that it is going to do work, because this is looking fairly dire for Zenstyle. A lot of board presence. I mean, he's quite lucky that there's no Tinker's Oil in Puffin's hand, otherwise it would be almost all over Red Rover. But we'll have to see what the players will choose to do. Good bait on the backstab, managing to get rid of that counterspell. I'm going to use the second one as well, just playing it safe now. He knows that he's got enough health to play around with a little bit as well. The maximum damage he can take next turn would be double Fireball, Frostbolt. That would only do 15, so it's going to go to Blade Flurry and then